Go. Friends. What defines friends? Is it someone who's there for you always? Someone listens to what you say? Someone who spends time with you? We'll find out what defines a friend. Um, so, I'm like, let's start off with USA friends. Top of the list.
Of course they are.
No debating it. It's not controversial. It's not a hot take. If you're friends with anyone who's from America, I'm like, it's amazing. They have a brilliant personality. They're just like really, really cool. They're great. Friends, as in family and as friends. Interesting. Family can be friends. Depends on your dynamic. Depends on your opinion. But like friend, you can choose your friend, or a friend might suddenly come into your life, or a friend might be there to spark a conversation, and you might think, oh yeah, I got stuff in common with this friend. You know, this is good. But with family, you're there, and you kind of like can't change it like you can with a friend, or so you kind of like stuck with it. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worst, and there's it. Sometimes they'll give you advice, sometimes they won't. In fact, a lot of time I've found out that they don't give don't give advice. They try, they attempt to. Um, Brothers and sisters tend to be good as like a dynamic, or you go DNA that links you get along well, or there's a lot of competition, but it's all like love hate. But that's why it's with family. Is family though actual friends? No, family is like a separate entity, if you will. It's still a type of friend, but it's not like a proper friend. It's like a different entity, a different type of relationship dynamic. So yeah, family you can like stuck with them, so it's a different entity or dynamic than a non-friend. I'm gonna put it right there, top of B plus for now. Um, I think that's fair. Neighbours. I'm not talking about the TV show. I'm talking about the friends that you meet when you move in, and if you get along well with this particular friend, you gel, or if you have an argument, it's like a major argument, and it means well, hurts you a bit, and then you get over it, and then your dynamics change a lot, or and they get better after a time, and like when you have a falling out with your neighbour, it does take a while to heal or console, but once you are back to being friends with them, it's really really good. So yeah, I'd say neighbour friend is like right there. It could change depending on the tone or the mood, or like was it a lapse of communication, but overall neighbours, you'll generally be pretty good. You might have like if you know a neighbour, but still you're able to be smart enough to pick. Oh yeah, this is the sort of friends that from your neighbours, people who live by you. It's not like a. I'm not sure. Maybe a wild card. You thought I'll take a chance on this person, and it may work really really well, or maybe oh yeah, I definitely gel a lot with this person, and so that way it could have a lot of value as a friend, and they're usually, even if they're busy, they'll say, "Oh, don't worry, we're busy, but I'll see you some stage soon." So yeah, they're pretty good. There you go. I'm going to be controversial. Well, it's not controversial in my opinion, but I know three Polish carers, and they are all amazing. I absolutely love the Polish accent. Polish carers are amazing. out of the three or four that I know. Not gonna name names, but I know that they're amazing. Plus, got absolutely awesome flag right there, top, right there with Americans. Okay, these guys, pub friends. This is where we go debate about how the week's been. Has it been good? Has it been bad? These guys that stick with you, you know, and they'll listen to your sorrows, listen to you, and was it you can eat with them, and you know you can have quizzes about things that you really, really, really have in common, and you'll know your set table, you know your set people who can be your friends, and they always stick with that set group, which is amazing, a solid glued group, which you know who you got with them, and you probably got your own set bar what you usually order. So these guys, overall, very good, very very good. Oh come on, get rid of these, get rid of these guys. People who are friends or people who force you to be cheerful.
Especially at Christmas.
Not just at Christmas time or holiday time. These are the worst. They think they're friends, but they're just like people say, you must be cheerful. You must be cheerful. I'm sorry, but if you say you have a bad week and you just need someone to like cheer you up, yes, but the difference between cheering you up, consoling you, and then someone literally forcing you to be cheerful about your bad week, and like you don't want to hang around with these guys. These guys are the worst, absolutely worst. Okay. Also, I didn't mention I haven't got on here the we did it friends because not enough time for me to get that picture or is like wasn't a JPEG, but also I'm gonna dump we did it friends right there. These are the guys who when you're doing well they stick by you, when you're doing average or bad they're away. We did it friends, they're the worst. So I haven't got a picture for the we did it sort of friends, but that's the worst. I didn't have enough time, or I completely forgot, or it wasn't a JPEG picture. Okay, next. Friends that you meet at sports events. These are guys that you can do hard tackles on. They'll do hard tackles on you. They're really competitive. You're really competitive. And afterwards, you can just like talk and you'll high five. They'll say, "Oh, you did good," or "That's great. That was great." Look forward to seeing you again next time. These are actually sort of friends you want. So, like if you think, I want to really, really, have a go at someone, you've had a bad day. These are the guys who will accept hard tackles, and afterwards they'll be over the moon about it. These are your sort of friends that will have your back directly afterwards and high five you, say, that was a good tackle. That was a good fight. I like you for that. These are the guys you want to hang around with, and they're competitive. They're great. And afterwards, they'll give you a high five or shake your hand. These are sports friends, and they are very, very good. Next, okay. Waitresses. Not only will they serve you food, but they can generally do listen to what you say, and they'll ask you about your week. They'll listen to like your conversations, say their opinion about it, and they're great listeners actually, which is a really, really good detail and really good thing to have. If you listen to, say, objective things to do, or listen to the person's conversation, not like over here, but listen to the person's conversation and say, are you okay, or don't worry, was it, or and then they'll ask how you're doing, and not only stealing food and do a good job, and listen to what you say in a conversation. That's great. And I know a few waitresses that serve food, listen to what you say, and sometimes even talk to you. So yeah, this can be. I'm like, it's not really as good as the. Was it? It's not on the scale of Super Friends like Polish, not on the scale of USA Friends. It's not on the scale of like pub friends, your pub mates, or your sports mates that you can like do really hard tackles and fights with, and they'll be amazing with it afterwards. I'd say, I don't know, possibly on the scale of neighbours in a different aspect, actually. These guys will listen to you. They may sometimes console you. They'll give you food. When you buy food, the food will cheer you up, or they'll listen to you. They'll talk to you. So it's like on a totally different type of scale as neighbour, in a totally different aspect, which is good. U Club friends. These are the guys who you can play pool with, hang around with, have a bit of banter with. It's pretty good, pretty solid. When you see them, you may not see them all the time, and for this reason I'm gonna put them right there below family. And in a way, that's probably fair. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but then again, I'm not an aspect when it comes to friends. But I'm assessing the situation with how little I know. So I'm like, overall, I think that's good. So, alright, the worst of people and friends who force you to smile, and even worse than that, it doesn't deserve a picture. They are the we did it friends. They don't deserve a picture because they only hang around when you're doing good. Okay, next, B plus, family style friends, or like family, if you get around with brothers or sisters, or if you go like a mum and dad, like it's all like different aspect, but it's not a friend in a friend way. It's like a different type of friends. U club friends, they're like good, but not as good as family friends. Neighbours, I put neighbours in A because when it works well, it works well. But when it's not, it is like a major difference between very good and A. For that reason, that's why neighbours is in A, which says they'll serve you food and they'll listen to you. Or like most will, okay? So the ones I'll know are great. Okay, so that's good. These are, yet again, a lot of a gap between very good and A. Uh, your pub friends, these are the guys go to the pub with you, talk to you, have a quiz about your general knowledge, your music knowledge. How's your week? Have food, spend time with you. Your rummies, your chummies, your pub friends, they are very good. Sports friends, they're the competitive when you're doing the sports. You can do hard tackles on them, they'll do hard tackles on you, but, well, it's not sports. They'll, high five you or say, oh, you did a good job, or that was good, and they'll ask, how are you doing. And then at the top, top two, without a shadow of a doubt, Polish carers and Team USA, joint first, super friends.
USA, USA.
So we got, so I think that's a fair detailed range with a bit of a rant by me. As I said, we did it friends don't deserve a picture. So, yeah. So at the bottom, the worst. Friends or people who force you to smile all the time. Euclid friends. B plus. Family, probably above by quite a bit. Family probably above the Euclid friend by quite a bit. And then there's the next step up, which is A. Neighbours. When it works well, it works really, really well. Bad. It's still, you know where you stand with your neighbours, more or less. Waitresses, they'll serve you food once you pay for it, and they'll listen to you and console you, so that's great. I'm like, pub friends, you can't beat. It's hard to beat these guys. These are the guys who always stick by you. If you go to the pub, you'll get your meal, do pub quiz. You know what pub you go to. You know what friends you sit by. Sports friends, very competitive, and they'll be competitive with you. But when they're not playing sports, they're like, these are you guys to spend time with. And then top two, major difference between these guys. These joint first for a reason. USA, I'm like, USA today. And then, of course, I'll put Polish up there because I know Polish carers, 3 or 4 of them, got an amazing accent. And just like all absolutely amazing in totally different ways. Really, really caring, great. And just check out the flag. So yeah, like there you go. That is my friends tier list. So if you like that and you're new to the channel, click like. If you're new to the channel and learn something, click subscribe. If you really want to make a major difference, post a comment. If you want to let us know what content you want next, post a comment. If you want more YouTube tier list, a lot more fun and a lot more of them, more likes.
Every week.
And if you're literally hungry and thirsty for more of our YouTube tier lists, put comments saying, "I'm hungry and thirsty, I demand more." And before I start smiling like these guys, which are the worst, I'm going to say, don't have nightmares.